right, so let's take a look-see. Better be good after all this grinding. Yeah, straight up. I'd feel the same way. The twig arms. Tanks are so OP, dies to a flare gun. That seems about right. Alternate universe part 2. Ooh. I mean, hey, if we ever get Vietnam and Korea and stuff, this would be kind of cool. Yeah, straight up. I can definitely got to give all the appearance orders and all the soldier name upgrades. How crazy how one weapon could make way for an enemy control point to be easily taken over. Also using the M1A1. That's interesting. Yeah, that'll do it. So what is the difference for Japan compared to other countries? I actually want to know this too, because I'm not entirely sure about it. 2, 3, and 4, 5. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So 3 is always on top for Japan then. So yeah, in other words, don't play Japan BR4, play 3 and 5. Yeah, that makes sense. Gaijin just lying on the stat cards. I mean, yes, but I'm curious what he's going at. Right, yeah. Yeah, the 20 millimeters just bought. For most part, when it said, like, for relying on stat cards, the recoil stats you always gotta look out for. Because in game, they're going to be, like, especially on SMGs, like, they're going to be, like, 3 times higher than they actually are. And it's not, like, consistent amounts. So your best bet for that is, like, looking at Euthemia's resource sheet. If you want to know for sure the stats on something in the game. Which T-34 is best at BR3? I prefer this guy, personally. He's got a little bit more high explosive for anti-infantry, and the gun's like good enough. I think this guy, if you're up tiered, well, if this guy saw BR5, then maybe you can make the argument, but now that he only sees up to BR4, I think this is fine. Because I think this gun still has about like 100 mils of pen. Well, I don't know. This will struggle against the Panther. This won't. So it's really up to you, like what you're using the tank for, I would say. Why can't we do this? Straight up. Yeah, maybe my bot teammates could actually support me by letting me use them as a bullet sponge. Payback's a bitch, huh? Okay, what is he doing? Okay, nice long shot. He's missed. He's going to hit that one. There. Nice shot, dude. Very nice shot. Don't be that player who ignores enemy tanks while they have a super Pershing on top of a mountain shooting at the point. That is just trenches. Yeah, it's funny how often you see that in the game. Like, if you're going to be playing a tank, like, don't just farm infantry. Like, I don't know, kind of be mindful of the objective. Like, if you don't have bodies on the point, then they can cap. if something over here is preventing or just getting rid of bodies, then you should be trying to get rid of that. Probably one of my favorite zombie mod. I'm going to be checking this out later, so I'm pretty excited to see it. I checked out Weeby's video. Y'all should too. Yeah, it looks like a really cool remake of Nocturne Untoten. Fix incorrect rate of fire of Beretta M3842 and FNAB. So yeah, it says 550 for 3844, which is like, they're all the same pretty much. Is it not 550? Oh, it only has 500. Receive a little buff to vertical recoil. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of us have seen that video. I can't remember if it's like LAI Productions. It's not LAI Productions, but something like that, where it's a guy firing a FNAB, and like he explains in the article too that it has everything, all the ingredients for a fast firing SMG. So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be cool to see the FNAB get buffed. Ideally, I mean, for me, I like seeing weapons that are like historically like represented, even if that means they get shuffled around a little bit. But that's just me. Okay, this is what we saw before. Does USSR have best BR2? If it doesn't now, it's going to for sure later. Because like, yeah, that Fedorov and that Uragan, like those are very strong weapons. Like they're BR 2.5 arguably, and like, not to mention Panzer 3N's going away for Germany. Yeah, the only thing with Germany really these like now is like they still have the Beretta, but the Beretta is like, it takes some effort to like get used to, because people don't like that top mag and people don't like how they shift across the mag to aim. But if you get used to that, then it's actually pretty solid. What is those regiments? It's talking about the blue hat guys, right? Pre-merge Berlin Mortar Squad. Okay. Oh, and of course NKVD. Yeah. Everyone's talking about jets. My on sale wish list. Beretta 88. I mean, I don't know. It's got 3 bombs. It's a cool looking plane. I'll give it that. We need to plan ahead and figure out a way to decompress BRs to 6 and 7 fast. Yeah, I agree with all of this, straight up. Like, I think Gladiator put up a suggestion for like making BR5 like splitting into BR5 and 6. So it's definitely his like original idea. He gets the credit for it, but I'm all for that as well. Because like then you could have stuff like the MKB 42H at BR5 with its 500 RPM, and then the STG 44 at BR6. Or I don't know, arguably you could do like STG, or sorry, like for example, like AS44 at 5, Fedorov at 6. Because there's a distinction there between how strong they are. That kind of thing. Because yeah, there's definitely the stuff that's like worth using in BR5, and then the stuff that isn't. The stuff that isn't is still better than BR4. So yeah, I think that'd be a good option. And then yeah, Japan really does need more stuff. I don't think really there's an excuse why it doesn't have more rifles and more planes. Like, there's enough info on all the different types of like Type A's, Type Otsus, because all of them have like short barrels, long barrel versions. There's even some 7.7 millimeter semi-autos as well that they could use. Yeah, and then of course all the planes. I mean, like, so much stuff that you could port from War Thunder. That really isn't an excuse. Same with the tanks too, honestly. Like, I think the Rogo would be funny, like the Type 95 heavy tank. I believe it has a 70 millimeter high explosive. Like, that could be a fun BR2 vehicle. And then moving on, vehicle yo-yo effect. Anyone else notice the weird yo-yo effect when driving personnel carriers? I'll be barreling down a hill and hit something and the vehicle springs backward instead of going slowly down. I haven't really noticed that. Sometimes I think that's just like maybe a latency thing, but what the... That's rough. That's just the game sometimes. Sometimes you get outplayed. This happens to me all the time. Why is the experience cost so extreme? Yeah, this is a bug. I'm pretty sure they're fixing this. The squad should cost like a low amount of XP. Why you shouldn't use bombing runs? Yeah, this is true, but also, I don't know. I like the free XP. If I'm in a situation where I can spawn a plane, I'm not throwing by spawning a plane. Like, shit, why not? Soldier selection issue. Oh, he's just able to change from the first one? Is it not just like normally cycling them even though he's able to do that? Or I guess, yeah, ideally you should be able to just pick the medic. Yeah, that is a weird one. Poor guy. Oh. Let's watch that again. Bro's just walking and trips and falls. Doctor Untoten user mod. Yeah, so I mean, this is what we're going to be checking out later. It honestly looks sick. Like, stuff like this is definitely like making me want to play Enlisted a little bit. Year and a half ago, logged in today because I was feeling the itch. A lot of fun now. These two metal BR5 engineer squads for Germany and Russia. Oh, he got the assault engineers. That's cool. I wish I had those. VK 3002 M for BR3. I mean, BR3, I think that'd just be too strong. Like, Panther gun already makes like Sherman's Swiss cheese, and like the armor is like far better than a Sherman's at like 60 millimeters. So yeah, and it's faster because it's got the same engine as a Panther. So I'm not a fan of. I'd put it BR4 as well. Disappointment immeasurable. Actually looking forward to this next season. See the amount of British content that was coming to the game. The Gloucester meteor. The Allies' only jet fighter that saw action in the war. Britain is just part of the USA faction. That's all Britain is, apparently. I hope this is a placeholder. You know what, Holy Land Trooper? I don't know if you're ever going to watch this, but I believe that Britain should get its own tree, and I'm planning on making a video talking about how I would make a British tech tree for Enlisted, because trust me, there is enough stuff for one. Like probably a lot more stuff than people realize. So yeah, at some point I will be talking about that. Does Gaijin just hate the British? Yeah, same thing. Make me your squad British. I agree with that. Defending farm. That's going to be a little long. Same thing. Well, we'll look at a couple more of these. Do you think the bar should be downgraded to BR2, leaving the A1, A2 models for BR3? If it was up to me, the Browning 1918, the regular one would actually be the BR3 one. The other ones would be BR2. Going back to the whole like Britain, like having its own tree thing, like yeah, they could do that, or they could keep them all there, and then there's like some potential options for some like American BR2 machine guns. But it's interesting because the A2 configuration, like a lot of times the soldiers would modify it by getting rid of the bipod and all that stuff. And the original 1918 is like, it's a pretty well designed weapon for what it was intended for, which was like automatic fire. It's not necessarily like a light machine gun. I'm reporting the first jet kills with my milk truck. Even with the Soviet AA, it is doable. That would actually be a funny idea for a video. Boblin, if you watch this, you should, I don't know if you have the milk truck, but a farming or hunting jets with the milk truck would actually be pretty funny. Decided to make them fancy. Is it good? Yeah, I dig the drip. Vehicles of new update are quite strange. Yeah, it's funny, this visual bug that happens sometimes. It is mine. Oh, that's the Chinese squad. Yeah, it's a very strong squad. Just a few holes. Yeah, you'll be fine. Battle of Narva. What is the Battle of Narva? Between Germany and the Soviet Union and the Baltics. I mean, I think it'd be cool, but I'd rather prioritize like, yeah, Soviets versus Japan. We need either Galkangol or Kalkangol or Manchuria invasion. I think Manchuria invasion would be a good thing, because you could have like sort of bigger maps, like kind of like the Battle of Moscow, but for Russia versus Japan. Because right now Japan has island hopping or close combat in Burma. They don't have like a more open map kind of environment. So that's my 2 cents on that. Enlisted requires many different play styles. HG ambush. Yeah, HMGs are funny. Damn. Just run around with the small Carcano or the short Carcano. Cool stuff. Yeah, so I think that's about it for that.